All right, it's New Movie Friday, and we have the ones you need to check out. And guess who's back?
Our one and only movie critic, Manning Fraze.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, you.
Oh, wow. I can't believe that. It's been a day, guys. I know for you guys, it's definitely been a day. And
Yes.
It's like, wow.
We're just
Congrats on
glad
you.
you're here.
We're glad
How
you're
about
here.
that? Well,
We're
thank y'all.
able to get things up and running. Today would have been a great day to watch a movie if you couldn't make it to work
would
because
have.
of all the outages.
Like one of those days in school where, things went down, they just rolled the TV
Yeah,
in,
put in a
pick
Blu-ray or a
movie.
DVD because
Yeah.
you don't need the internet for either of those. You just
Yeah.
kind of stick it into one of those DVD players. People still have those, right?
Yep. Well, let's hop right into it. What movies are out?
Ah, yes. Okay, as you can see in front of me right here, everybody,
This is
it's
what I'm excited
Twisters. Twisters. I know that you yourself have been a
Yes.
big fan of the original Twister,
Oh, yeah.
but we are now getting a legacy sequel, and
Okay.
Twisters is the. It's like a pseudo sequel. It's not necessarily a full continuation, but it is a nice inspiration for the film Twisters back in 1996. I have a news to review later this week, or excuse me, later today, and it is, of course, spoiler alert. Well, you have to find out later. I can't tell you what my thoughts were on it, but this is a continuation. And of course, if you like a good disaster movie, this might be one for you. So yeah, I'm excited
Yeah.
because I saw it and I loved it.
This
And if
is-
you've seen the first Twister movie, I was telling you this yesterday, just by watching the trailer, I think you almost need to see the first one
Yeah.
to really understand the second one. I just think it makes more sense to you because to me, obviously I think the plots are sort of the same how it plays out, but it's more modern, it's a little bit different. I think watching the first one gives you maybe a better sense of understanding and maybe
Right.
maybe more of a sense of pride, really, if you enjoy the movie.
I want to revisit it as well. It's been years since I saw it. I was discussing with you all earlier. I remember watching it in the 6th grade when we were learning about twisters and tornadoes and everything like that. That was a part of the lesson plan, but it was such a great movie, such a classic movie. There's a book about it too, right?
Oh, I was not aware
I've
about
noticed
that.
that.
Wow. Okay. I learned something new today here. But it is a great disaster piece. It's obviously don't follow it completely. Don't go in for the science. Don't
I was
expect
going to say, now
science.
you know the science isn't
No, but
technically
go in
correct.
expecting a good time in the theater. If anything,
Yes.
see it on the big screen if you can because it is an absolute blast from beginning to end. Also, Daisy Edgar Jones, Glenn Powell, Anthony Ramos, the 3 main stars. They are great in it as well.
Awesome. Can't wait for that. All right, let's talk about streaming.
Okay, for streaming, this is a little different. This is a mini-series starring Natalie Portman and Moses Ingram called Lady in the Lake on Apple TV+. This is one that I think if you enjoy a good mystery, particularly a murder mystery, this is based on a book as well too, this might be one for you. I don't know much about it. I merely saw the trailer and was just enraptured with how it was presented, with this duality of these two women in their life and how one of them dies. Spoiler alert, it's in the trailer, you find out immediately. And she discovers the body, and now suddenly their lives become intertwined as it goes back and forth from past into the present. So it's a nice duality in that regard. It hasn't gotten the best reviews for its first 2 episodes, but it's intriguing to say the least if you like a good murder mystery.
I'm just impressed with how high quality all these streaming platforms are.
Of
All the
course.
movies are out there. You have these heavy hitter actors, great writing. It's kind of giving some of these theaters a run for their money.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Streaming services, in particular mini-series, have done so good, especially since I feel like the 2020s or the 2010s,
Yeah.
the 2020s, in particular, have some great quality streaming miniseries.
I think when we were in 2018, 2019, we were talking about, man, you know what? They may end up making some really good stuff on streaming since it's headed that way. And alas,
took some time, and now, we are definitely here. So movies, definitely, they gotta do a little bit differently, but that's another discussion for another day.
All right, let's talk about trailers. What new trailers are coming out?
So for those of you who are aware, Maximus Decimus Meridius. Maximus does not return. Russell Crowe, as we see in the original Gladiator. This is a sequel, Gladiator II. I'm not sure if you guys have seen the original Gladiator, starring Russell Crowe,
been a
directed by
while.
Ridley Scott, but we are finally getting a sequel. In this one, of course, we have, there is kind of like a little bit under wraps, I will say, in regards to the actual plot, but in this one, it seems to be someone who had his family and life taken away by the Roman Empire, is now in the gladiatorial Colosseum. Now, it seems quite similar, of course, to the original in plot, but of course, I'm expecting there to be some twists and turns because we still don't know too much about the plot. Denzel Washington looks like he's hamming up the scream in the best way possible. And of course, Pedro Pascal is in this. Connie Nielsen returns from the last one as well because obviously, spoiler alert, Russell Crowe died at the very end of the first one if you haven't seen it by now. Sorry, just spoiled it for you, but it's over a 20-year-old film. But this one looks intriguing just because the visuals are so just like, I can't keep my eyes away from the screen. It's
I like
so,
the cast. Denzel,
Yeah.
Russell Crowe, those are good.
Heavy
Russell Crowe's no
hitters.
longer in it.
Oh, wait,
He's
he doesn't even
gone.
show him
Yes,
in it?
no, he's merely probably going to be a flashback if anything.
Oh,
'cause
so
remember,
this
he
would be
passed
like
away.
flashbacks.
But Pedro
Okay.
Pascal is in this one as well too. Paul Mescal, previously off his Oscar nomination for Not That Too Far Away for After Sun, another great movie he was in. So this is a movie, if you like a good gladiatorial film, an action adventure, this might be one for you.
This is a good one to see in the theater too, because
Of
you're going to have
course.
the surround sound, the big screen. It's been I would have to rewatch the original one. I was so young when it came out, but I remember seeing it, and I remember the premise of the movie, but just not all the details.
Yeah, it's a full spectacle movie. I don't know how the story, because the original Gladiator, the story was good, but it's the spectacle that
Yeah.
really honed you in, at least for me personally. Do you guys remember the original at all? I know you said you still kind of
Clips and pieces
Just
of it.
bits
I know
and
that we
pieces of it, yeah.
own the DVD at my parents' house, but it's been so many years since I've seen it. 20 years ago?
Over 20 years
Yeah.
ago, yeah. I'm curious how, it's been a bit of time. I'm over here thinking like, you could have done this a little sooner, but I don't know how you're gonna make a continuation for Gladiator, especially with how it was wrapped up in a bow, especially winning Best Picture that year at the Oscars.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting angle for sure.
Manny, before we let you go, when are you going to go see Twisters?
Oh, already seen it. I saw it, remember, I saw it at the critics screening, and that's why I'm going to give you my review later today.
That's what I'm waiting for. I
Yeah.
want to see this.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. So if you watch the 4 p.m. today, you'll see it.
Okay.
All right, thanks for joining us, Manning, and you can watch all of Manning's News 2 reviews on our website, WFNYNews2.com.
All right.